Hey, what's going on, my fellow jewelers? So today I'm all about that resin life. That's right, DJiction sent me this amazing jewelry kit. And so I had an unboxing the last video, and I'm doing alcohol ink this video, and then the next video you gotta check it out. So I had to do 3 videos for them, and they sent me this free kit, and I am excited about it. Now today I'm teaching you how to do alcohol ink in your resin pendants. Now I'm teaching you 2 techniques today. The first technique is where you pour the resin in, and then you put drops of the color ink that you want, and then you put white ink immediately on top of that, and you get this cool effect. So what happens is, it kind of looks like little droplets. Oh my goodness, it's super cute. Oh my goodness, I love this so much. And so what happens is that when you put the white ink on top, it pulls the color ink to the front of the pendant, and it makes this cool effect happen. Oh, now the other technique that we're doing today is when you actually add the ink first before you put the epoxy. And so when you put the ink on and then you add the epoxy, it starts to make cool shapes and cool designs that's completely different than when you put the white ink in and you do it after the epoxy. So I'm super excited about this. Look at this. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. I am so excited. So I can't wait to show you. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe my channel and click the bell giving notifications, because I'm all about the how-tos of jewelry making, whether resin, whether beaded jewelry. I got your back. Also, I do have an announcement at the end of this video about beaded jewelry making that I'm going to be doing in future videos. So stay tuned for that. But you and me, let's get started. All right, let's get started making these resin pendants using alcohol ink. Now, the material and the tools are all listed in the description below. I am going to put the link for this kit, but I'm also going to put what I used in this kit as well, the list for everything I used. And then I actually used one thing that didn't come with this kit that I'll also put in the link below. All right, so the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to mix our resin. Now we have the A epoxy and the B epoxy, and you want to mix them exactly the same. Don't weigh them because they don't weigh the same. And so make sure that they are equal, or it will not dry properly and you'll have stickiness and you'll have to throw it out, and it's awful. I've done it before and it's absolutely awful. So we're going to do 15 milliliters. I'm going to measure the A and put 15 do it slow. Oh, it's going so fast. It's going so fast. All right, slow down. The A takes a moment to flatten out. And so when you're mixing the A, there'll be a little hump and then gravity will bring it down. So don't think that the moment you pour it and stop pouring that's the same level. Slowly pour it, and then make sure that you allow it time to flatten out. And then I'm going to put my B in there as well. And I love these little cups that DJictions give, because they have the measurement, and I love it because I had to use like disposable cups, and I've had to use medicine cups for my kids' medicine that I didn't give it back to them after I used them, just extra ones I had on hand. But I love how DJiction has given you these measuring cups. Now, here's the deal. You're going to want to stir it for 3 to 5 minutes. You want to make sure that the swirl is out. If it's still swirling, like there's a tail behind, then you need to keep stirring. And I poured so much in here, I gotta be really careful. But I'm not going to bore you with the next 5 minutes. So I will stir this, and then we'll go to the next step. That is time. Note to self and note to you, do not go to 30 milliliters. That was ridiculous of me. It says 30 milliliters, but do for these cups, if you have the same kit as I do 10 milliliters and 20 milliliters. Oh my goodness. I knew I was going to spill, and I was doing so good. And then somehow I took my my stick stirrer out, and I brought some resin, and I'm really annoyed because I made a puddle. Super annoyed. Don't go 30 mil. Don't do the full amount like I did. All right. So we are going to do 2 techniques when it comes to the alcohol ink. We're going to do 2 techniques. The first technique is we're going to put it in there and then pour our clear resin. And then the second technique is we're going to pour the clear resin first and then put some drops in there. And it's a pretty cool effect either way. I actually, for the one where we added in after we pour the resin, I'm adding some white, and this kit does not come with white. I just happen to have white. And so I was told by a resin community or Facebook group that you should spray your mold with 91% rubbing alcohol. Well, the problem with that is, with this particular technique, is that it does stuff with the ink that does not do the effect you want. So if you are a person that sprays your mold with alcohol ink, for this technique, do not spray alcohol ink. It doesn't have the swirls you want. It doesn't have the effect you want. It's not as pretty. So I am going to do some, oh gosh, I'm so glad I didn't fall in the resin. Oh, thank you, Jesus. So what you do is you need to shake all your inks. Shake them, shake them, shake them, shake, 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 shake. Shake it, shake, shake. You need to shake them really well, okay? Because they do settle, they do have things happen. And then we are going to take our first drop. Oh my God. I had to cut the tips off and totally forgot they're brand new and you have to cut the tips off or poke them or whatever. And so I have ink all over myself. So the first technique let's do is, let's just do a drip. Let's just do a couple drips, a drip, a drip, a drip. And it makes a cool marble effect from what I've seen and done before. And I like it. I am a messy person. I try to be so clean, but I tend to get stuff on me that I don't want on me. Okay, so we're just gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do some red and orange over here. I'm just gonna do a drop, a drop, a drop, put it on there. And then I'm gonna do the same thing right here, a drop, a drop, a drop. And then I am going to put in, oh my goodness, I'm gonna put in my resin, yes. And it now the ink will do its thing and kind of just move around as it dries and stuff. So I'm just slowly pouring it in, slowly pouring it. And it looks like it's gonna stay in one spot, but over time, for the next couple hours, it will move around and be a beautiful masterpiece. The next technique is we're going to pour the resin first. When you're pouring the resin into your mold and then you want to put ink in it afterwards, make sure you do not fill your molds all the way to the top. I've made that mistake so many times where I put my resin in and I fill it too far, because when you're adding ink, it's not a lot, but it does help fill, it helps fill the mold. And so I have overfilled it after putting ink, and it's just really bummed me out because I get it all over the place. Oh, and if you get a little too much, I kind of pour back in. I got a little too much for this little beauty right here. And so I'm just gonna grab a little bit and pour in. Yep, I feel like I got a little bit. And so we will, look at that. We'll start doing, oh my goodness, do you see how the other ones are already swirling and stuff? It's so pretty. I love it. So now I'm going to do, let's say, a drip right there, a drip right there. Ooh, it's a little thick. You kind of need a little bit thinner resin, I think, but we will see what it does. I have heard that if you want it to kind of move about better, you need thinner resin. So we're gonna put a white drop on the top of every colorful drop we put. So for every color drop, you're gonna put a white drop. And I'm actually gonna do a little bit, oh, do you see how it's mixing together? Oh, that's so pretty. And I'm gonna do 2 orange drops. I'm gonna put orange right there, and an orange, and maybe 1 more orange. Okay, I did 3 oranges, I'm gonna do 2. And then I am going to put a drop, and a drop. And the white helps it sink to the bottom. It helps it sink. I'm getting all over me. It drives me nuts. The white helps it sink to the front of your pendant, the front of it, and it makes this really pretty effect. I'm gonna go over here and do the same thing. You can even take and swirl this around if you want. I just kind of want to leave it. So I'm going to do I'm gonna do a drop and a drop and a drop. I might, before I put more white in. Oh, isn't that so pretty? Sometimes I like the back of it more than I like the front of it, and I actually make the back the front of my jewelry piece, and no one knows because they're like, I don't care. It's so pretty. I don't care. And so I feel like I can go outside the box that way. So I'm gonna put a white drop on every color drop. Ooh, ooh, here we go, 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 here we go. Okay. Isn't that so, oh, it's gonna be so pretty. It's having fun right now. It's going like, yes, this is fabulous, fabulous. And I wanna do that a couple more times so you get the gist, is that you put your colorful dots down and then you put your white on top of it, and it reacts and makes really pretty design. Oh, it's so pretty, so pretty. Okay, I have finished. I had enough to do more, all but one. I'm gonna not put white in that one and show you what happens when you don't add the white, when you drop it in last, when you drop it after you do the resin. The next thing I'm gonna do, and then after that I'm gonna wait, is I'm gonna add a little fire so we can take out the bubbles. If there's any bubbles, we want them gone, 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 gone. I am shaking, I don't know why I'm shaking. Oh my gosh, I've never seen that happen before. I've never seen, oh my word. Oh my. I was like, why is my hand hot? Okay. Well, alcohol is flammable. Yes, it is. So I'm just going to do a quick, the fire helps with the bubbles. I see some bubbles right here. And so that gets rid of the bubbles. Watch out for flame. That was crazy. I've never had that happen before. Okay. Anyway, we are going to wait, and then we will come back and I will unmold for you. All right, let's demold these babies. So a couple things I noticed, these guys look completely, and these guys just look really dark. So let's see how they turned out. It may be better on the other side, but we will see. I actually want to do the reds first and the oranges because it looks like they turned out really well. Oh, look at that. I love how the white brings it to the front and how it makes this beautiful speckle look. Oh my goodness, I love it. Let's try another speckle one. Same thing. The red did really, really well. And then this one, I didn't do any of the white on it. This was the one that I did the dots first, the ink first, and then I poured it in, and I like that effect a lot. I really like what it did. I think it's fun. They're both really fun techniques. And I'll do one more red. I did that one also with the white, and it just does its own thing, and they're really cool and they look really neat. We're gonna try now the blue and the purple pieces. So let's try the one where we put the ink first. I think with the purple and the blue, I only need to do like one drop or 2 drops because it just seems really dark and too concentrated. So for these kind of ink, these ones that come with the kit, I think I would do less with the purple and the blue. Let's try this one out. I put white on this one. You can't even tell. It's so dark. It's pretty, but it's so dark. I think I'm always finding out with different inks, they do different things, and even with different resins, they move differently, or they move the ink differently than other resins and stuff, other epoxies. So it honestly looks like you can't really tell. And then this is blue. The blue is kind of pretty. Like the blue and the white, it kind of looks like the bottom of the ocean, like the deep bottom of the ocean. So maybe I would just use like 1 or 2 drops with these small guys. And then the other one is, I totally used too much drops for this one. I just went crazy with drops. So if you're doing this kit, you can do a good amount of drops with the red and the orange. Look at how really pretty the red and orange is. But the purple and the blue, you only need like 1 or 2 drops and for it to show up. And so, yeah, I'm super excited how some of these turned out. And then I learned lessons on how the other ones turned out. So it's always a learning game, right, with resin. But I'm pretty excited how they demolded. Oh, what do you think? I think it's so cute. I think I like it. I'm gonna do more resin. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. Now, I said at the end of when I was unmolding, I said that the blue and the purple were really too dark, and they are. I would still recommend doing 1 or 2 drops in these small, cute little pendants, but look what happens when I took them outside and I took pictures of them. The light totally shows exactly what's going on. Apparently my room, even with all my studio lights, is still too dark to see what was happening. But when I took it into the sunlight, it showed these amazing patterns that happened within the pendant. And so even though it was too dark to see when I was unmolding them for you, it totally does show up in the sunlight, and they have these beautiful, really dark, but beautiful patterns. So I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. Comment, share, like, want to hear what you think, want you to share with others. My announcement, I got an announcement. I'm so excited. So I got contacted from a bead company. I'm not going to say who they are until I do the videos, but I got contacted by a bead company in New York, and they have like beautiful high-end beads. Ooh, that I just die for, that I have wanted since starting. Like they have like, I'm just going to name one. They have like apatite. I love the stone apatite. And so they're going to be sending me boxes of beads, and I'm going to be giving you some creations, teaching you how to make creations with these beads. Or again, I love jewelry making because I can teach you the technique, and then you can be inspired to do whatever you like. So whether you buy the beads I'm going to be using for these videos, or you just have your own, like, jewelry making is all about you doing you and letting me teach you the technique. So anyway, I'm super excited to be working with this new company, which I can't wait to tell you. I'm hoping to get a box maybe this week or the next week, but coming soon, I will be doing more beaded jewelry with some awesome beads. Oh, so excited. Okay, sorry. So before I go, you know I love praying for my viewers. You know I love praying for you. And I would love to pray for you about your kids. I want to pray for you about your kids. And you may not have kids. Let's get me. You have adopted kids, or maybe you have kids that call you mom or dad, or whatever the case is. But I feel like God has just been really focused on family. Every time I've been asking him for these videos, he's been really just focused on family. And family is, man, like, yes, we all need family, whether it's blood family or whether it's family that took you in, or whether they just call you family and stuff. We all need family, but I feel like I need to pray for your kids. Something is going on with your kids, and I'm going to pray that God would just help your kids to get through it and help you to know how to encourage and love on your kids. So God, man, as a parent, we want the best for our kids. We want the best. And when our kids are going through a really hard time, God, it breaks our heart. Lord, I pray for those that have kids that are going through a really hard time. I pray that you would be with them. I pray that you would lead and guide them. I pray that you would fix problems that need to be fixed and give solutions when there seems like no solution. God, for us parents, God, who have to watch it, God, I pray for the strength. I pray, God, for the wisdom. I pray we wouldn't talk too much, but we would listen. I pray that you would give us the words to speak when it's time for us to speak. But Lord, help us to come alongside our kids, or encourage our kids, or pray for our kids during what they're going through right now. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. That was so fun. We got one more resin video, and then I'll be done, and then I'll go back on to beads. Oh, I'm so excited. Thanks for watching, and I'll check you in the next video. Bye!